Nightmare Circus. What's it reading on the back? A circus burns to the ground on opening night, killing dozens. The owner is put to death by an enraged mob of townsfolk, just as he shouts out a curse. Now Raven, a dark-souled wanderer, comes to the ruins at dusk in search of his missing mother. Let the show begin. This is... I'm looking for... Lorraine?
After they let me out, they gave me Callum back and sent me home with a handful of breadcrumbs. Home, bittersweet home. I barely recognized it. Where there had been color and light, there were shadows and regrets. Where there had been warmth, there was a bone-deep coldness that never went away. I tried my hardest to keep the ghosts at bay. Don, watching from the dusty corners while I tried to teach his son to read. My father, coldly assessing me and finding me lacking. I devoted myself to Callum, did the things that they told me. It will get better, they said. Every day will be a little better than the last. I'm in the woods now, lost and afraid. Things never got any better.
I wonder if she was suffering from postpartum depression. Disconnect Notice Power Company. After multiple attempts to collect payment, we regret to inform you that your service has been disconnected and has been disconnected or will be disconnected shortly. Please do the following. 1. Make the payments listed on your last bill. Contact us at 555 or maybe that's 533-7868 and we can arrange a payment plan so that you can immediately be reconnected. I'm wondering if that phone number actually worked, but of course there's no area code, so no point. 2. If you believe that this is in error, call us on... Call us to that number to discuss your options. If you are unable to make payments, please contact your local welfare office to discuss a placement for you and your loved ones. Winter in Maine is cold and brutal. Don't face it without electricity. The Dunwich Power Company.
What have you done with him?
The true story of the Donners, the shocking true story. On April 16th, 1846, a group of covered wagons began the 2,500-mile journey to California. Just 8 months later, they found themselves stranded in the Sierra Nevada mountains with very little to bite or sup. It was to become one of the greatest tragedies of westward migration that the world has ever seen. Now our panel of Donner experts have uncovered compelling evidence that the families were forced to resort to cannibalism in order to survive that terrible winter. In this never-before-seen expose, read about how the Donner children were forced to eat their brothers and sisters in order to survive. All here in the pages of the shocking true story.
Where is my boy?
Is this Callan's room? It's a G. A Rubik's Cube. Okay. Don't want to turn around and find a chipmunk. How does this read? Ugh, come on, get around. Examine drawing. I love you from Callum. Aw. Of course. Could all end on a very sour note.
Don't make me see.
The fact that she says, please don't make me see that doll is creepy. There's a book here. The Wilting. The Wilting. A soul flare has struck the earth. Millions of people are uprooted from their homes. A young meteorologist searches desperately for a way to stop global overheating. An exotic dancer named Chance O'Hara is the key to saving the world again. What the world is that book?
I'm a horrible mother. Where is he?
This is the kitchen. Read shopping list. Milk, cheese, bread, butter, corn, potatoes, apples, fish sticks. Remember, drop off Callum. Electricity bill, fix faucet. Drop off Callum where? That's a zoo. Why am I examining a wrench? Unless this was the... your husband's...
God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
I can open this door? No, I can't. Never mind.
Who was that?
I didn't see anyone.
Show yourself?
Dunwich Emergency Services, Miss Millard. As we agreed in our meeting today, we consider you fully recovered from your illness. This letter is official notification that you are considered sound of mind and body and may return to work at any time. Please note that you should discontinue any medication that you have been using and dispose of any remaining medicines. If you feel at any time that you are suffering a relapse, then please make contact with your local physician immediately. We wish you continued good health. Dr. Spencer, Dunwich Medical.
Give it to me!
Lorraine, I received your letter and I am quite surprised. You ran off with your father all of those years ago, then disappeared off the edge of the map, and then when I finally tracked you down, refused to answer any of my letters. And now you write to me asking for help? I have another family now and another life. Your father was a horrible man, and I regret the years that I wasted with him. I found you, I truly did, but every year you grew more and more like him. You were his girl, never really mine. Still, I would have fought for custody if you hadn't run away with him. It broke my heart, but I needed to go on living. I can't let you back into my life without picking open picking open old wounds. I'm sorry, Lorraine, but I just can't do it. Maybe one day it will be easier and I can meet Callum, but not yet. I am not ready to forgive you. Please don't contact me again, Karen.
Don't make me look at it.
Is that your mother? That's a really strange relationship. That's I want to say I recognize this toy, but I don't, honestly.
Leave me alone.
Dunwich Emergency Service. Date of committal. October 17th, 1977. Lorraine Kimberly Mallard. The diagnosis, depression. Date of discharge, November 10th, 1977. Notes from overseeing psychologist. Lorraine seems to be suffering from depression that began early in her pregnancy. Our discussions have made it obvious that these episodes stem from the grief of losing her partner, Dawn, who died about 6 months ago. There are also several unresolved issues with her father. After being kept under careful observation, we provided standard treatment for this disorder, including electroconvulsion therapy. The patient responded and made a rapid recovery. Aftercare recommendations, weekly follow-up with the local physician, mood stabilizers, and lithium base. Discharge instructions. Lorraine has a newborn son, Callum, who was placed in foster care shortly after birth when Lorraine displayed symptom of disorientation and depression. It is our judgment that Lorraine is fit to have her son return to her, and as long as she follows her recommended aftercare routine and continues with her medication, we have faith that she will be an effective caregiver. Lorraine has her own housing and her employer I can't read that, has said that she is welcome to return to her shift at the diner. Oh, Susie. Norma Creed, a local woman, has offered to care for Callum while Lorraine works. It is with this support network in mind that we feel confident releasing Lorraine from this institution. In her medication instructions, a prescription of Zolith, whatever you say that can be filled at something pharmacy in Kingsmith. Something has been advised to start with a 50 milligram dose and then, based on the advice of her doctor, to increase the medication as needed. Oh, this is even smaller, guys. Miss Millard, our inquiry to the state of Mr. Donald Williams has been completed. We regret to inform you that the primary benefactors of his estate, including the life insurance settlement for accidental death, were listed as Rose William and Richard William of New York State, the deceased parents. Our agencies something contact with Mr. and Mrs. William and explained your situation, especially as regards the birth of Donald's son, Callum. Unfortunately, they were not receptive to our overtures, and they specified that without any legal proof of a biological relation, they consider you ineligible to receive any of the monies from Donald's estate. They have asked that we no longer contact them regarding this matter. I understand that this may have a negative impact on your current financial situation, and I hope that I am not being too forward when I enclose the bill of our services with this letter. Wow.
Don't leave me.
This is just getting, wow. Oh, of course we're going lower. And things have gotten... Okay, that's definitely not Callum's voice saying that.
Don't leave me!
Nightmare Circus, same thing, isn't it? The park, it was a waiting on the child for taking, using joy for baiting while their mother's mind is breaking. Analgesia win. That's her. I'm assuming it's for her depression.
Oh, Mother, where is he?
That bear looked kind of creepy. Oh my god, why is this all okay? Here's me going up to thing and then shouting to my microphone. Lorraine, things aren't right between us at the moment. I know I want to try and something it. Oh my god. Man, what does this even say? I can't even read it. Blah blah blah, excuse, I am so far from home and I'm working so hard, maybe? Every day working at the park. It's got a something like blah blah blah. Okay, so this is obviously from her husband. We go for drinks after work. It gets a little better. The guys tough and we were good people, blah blah blah. I don't want to come home to you without something in my right, I don't want to come home to you without being in my right mind. When this job is done, we need to get out of this place. We need to go and each to the blah blah blah. Okay. I'm not gonna bother try reading that one because it's actually I'm having a really hard time even when I'm standing up to my computer screen. But basically, Donald's saying that he doesn't come home straight away because he doesn't want to be in a certain state of mind that just working in the park gets him in. It seems, well, we already know that something weird and supernatural is going on, possibly, or her mental state. But since this is from the secret world, I'm going to say something supernatural is involved as well, and that they should leave this place because no place to raise a son. Shocking truth. Does this change? In the spring, this is different. In the spring of 1933 in the Soviet Ukraine, the entire population found themselves without food. Over the course of the coming months, the situation grew critical, and reports of mass malnutrition began to filter into the upper echelons of government. The people had been left with very little to bite or sup. It was to become one of the greatest tragedies of mass starvation that the world has ever seen. Now our panel of Soviet experts have uncovered compelling evidence that the families were forced to resort to cannibalism in order to survive that terrible winter. In this never-before-seen expose, read about how the starving parents cooked and ate their own children in order to survive.
Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God.
The wilting. What does this say now? Because they're different. With the novel, Lorraine cements her place as one of the most important science fiction writers of a generation. The wilting, a solar flare has struck the earth. Millions of people are uprooted from their homes. A young meteorologist searches desperately for a way to stop global overheating. An exotic dancer named Lorraine is the key to saving the world again. Dynamic, exciting, bombastic, everything we've come to expect from Lorraine novel. Lorraine is back, and you've better believe she is bigger and better and bolder than ever. But then, of course, the authors, Susan something, I can't. Okay. Something, wow, okay. Sit. See, sire. Well, that's so far still the same. There's two. There's another pill bottle there.
Leave me alone!
Oh, Jesus! I didn't see the kid there. I was just looking at the shopping list. Milk, cheese, bread, butter, corn, potatoes, apples, fish sticks. Zolif prescription. Remember, take the pills. Follow up with Dr. Spencer. Organize babysitter for Callum.
Show yourself!
Great. I didn't run away. Dad took me. Oh, that's... I'm assuming... Okay. Interesting. So, let's see. Abandonment issues. Father was a crappy father. Read notice. Thank you, William, for the new watch. It is very nice. It has made me something, a happy carrot. Is that Lorraine's writing or is that Callum's? And we're going down again.
Don't leave me!
Oh, the door is... I'm getting stuck on the door. Nightmare Circus was this read. A chipmunk goes stabbing in the eyes of a jab jabbing, and all the townies gabbing, just lie down and let it happen. Basal ganglia win. Sorry, I keep expecting that chipmunk to... Nah, these pills... Okay, I'm gonna assume these pills were definitely not working for you, Lorraine. Did I miss this letter? Oh no, wait, this is a letter by Donald. P.S. I was thinking about something for... I like Callum for a boy. Oh, he's even the one who came up with the name. She burnt the letter because, well... Hunger. What does this say now? Ugh, I have to upright it. A long time ago, in the forest in the woods, there lived a woodcutter, his wife and his 2 children, a boy named Hansel and a girl named Gretel. They were very poor and had very little to bite or sup. This story has been doctored to hide the truth from the unsuspecting public. Now our panel of fairy tale experts have uncovered compelling evidence that Hansel and Gretel were in fact eaten alive. In this never-before-seen expose, read about how their parents inexpertly tried to cover it up by telling stories about a witch in a house made of candy. All here in pages of this shocking fake story.